Yes, I'm late to the party. McLaren has released something way too early and pulled a goddamn on the entire F1 grid. And I'm here left thinking, are we for the first time in, I think, about 50 years, going to get the most colorful grid in F1 history? Because we already have confirmed, as far as we know, a red car in the name Ferrari, orange papaya in the form of McLaren, the pink, the camo that Alpine decided to tease all of a sudden. Then we have the military gunmetal green from Aston Martin, and then we have the neon green from what is it called? What are they called? Oh yeah, we don't really know that guy's team's name, but we're gonna call them Sauber because that's how it is, right? We're gonna call them Sauber because they change their name about as often as a criminal would. I don't know why I'm making a comparison with a criminal. That, you know what? Forget what I just said. I'm not even gonna take that out. Anyway, then we have 4 teams that have yet to release a specific name, a specific color. That's Mercedes, Red Bull, Williams, and AlphaTauri, or Racing Bulls, and Haas. 5, because I can't count. Okay, one of which we already kind of know what their livery is going to be. It's going to be a Control-C, Control-V of the previous one, which is going to be Red Bull, if that wasn't very obvious. But Mercedes might flip-flop between a silver or the black. Now, the chances we're going to see a black livery, in my opinion, pretty low. Why? Because their previous car, which is a black livery, was absolutely atrocious, according to them. I mean, this car did get second in the championship in the hands of 2 very competent drivers. So, to be fair, either one is possible, but I think we're probably going to get a silver, and they're going to be like going back to our roots kind of thing. That's what I think is going to happen, and I am very confident about that. Next, Williams will probably stick to the dark midnight blue kind of with accents of light blue. I wouldn't see why they would change. I mean, that was a very nice livery. Let's be honest. That was a very beautiful livery, in my opinion. Haas, to be fair, Haas is one of those teams that you just don't really ever know what they're gonna do. So I'm going on a whim here. I'm gonna say they're gonna do a Control-C, Control-V. Yeah, I think so, because they have certain sponsors that require red, but most of the sponsors do match very well with black and white. So I think we're gonna have a black and white Haas again. And then AlphaTauri, or Racing Bulls. Now, Visa and Cash App are rumored to be their main sponsors. Cash App tends to be green, and Visa tends to be blue. Green and blue are not exactly colors that match each other. Let alone the fact that these 2 companies kind of are competitors in the whole money transfer space. So, are we gonna see them have some kind of half-half? I mean, to be honest, that would look absolutely disgusting, but... Or are we gonna see something along the lines of AlphaTauri had, with that darkish, very dark blue, almost black, and white? With Orlan also being there with red accents. This is a car that is either gonna look absolutely beautiful or absolutely hideous. And can we just talk about Alpine for a moment? Because Alpine might, from what they've teased, might be going for a full pink car, which will be a first for Alpine. The fact that they're gonna let go of their traditional chromatic blue and black with accents of pink because of BWT to go full pink, At least they showed us a picture of the freaking front wing, okay? It's the front wing. Why would they put that shit out if they didn't want to have they didn't want to have people talking? Because let's face it, the reason McLaren released their livery so early and pulled a got 'em on everyone was because they wanted to be the team to talk about, and they have something to prove. Since last season, they had the meteoric rise from the worst car on the grid to arguably the second best car on the grid. So they have something to prove. Alpine doesn't really have anything to prove, so they just need to not be anonymous this season, which they kind of were last season because they didn't really get many podiums. They didn't get many insane drives, except for Australia, where that happened. But it's not like we are expecting them to perform absolutely incredibly. They could, but we don't expect them to. So they need to get people talking about them before everything goes to shit, to put it mildly. So I think that's the whole point of the whole pink camo livery. It could also just be a special livery that they're teasing just to get people talking, which would be kind of a sleazy move in my opinion, but they're F1 teams. They need to make money. They need to be popular. So I'm not gonna, do that to them. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna slap them on their wrist, kind of. That's not what I'm gonna do. Now, can I please talk about how McLaren's livery is just the culmination of all the liveries that I loved? The Triple Crown livery was, in my opinion, a very good livery as a tribute. The Chrome livery was, it was synonymous with the arrival of McLaren, and it kind of reminisced you to the time of Hamilton and McLaren with the silver Vodafone livery. So it kind of joined everything together. But in my opinion, I loved the stealth livery. And the fact that this car now, as a standard, looks like the stealth livery is just a major win on my box. It's just a tick mark on my box, and it's an absolute win. I am one of the few people that will say the blue wasn't ideal, but McLaren seemed to make it work. I'm happy it's gone, because the car looks better without the blue. But the blue was okay enough. And let's not forget, there was still blue on this freaking car. Okay? This car still has that blue that you don't want, but it's the blue that you can't see very easily. It's around the DP World logo. It's easy to miss because it's so dark, but it's there. It's there. Trust me. But the car is beautiful, and I'm curious to see what Williams' car will look like and what the car from AlphaTauri or Red Racing Bulls will look like. Those are the two cars that I'm really now curious about, because those two are just really, they could go any direction, because Williams changed their logo, or at least the font of their Williams text. And Racing Bulls has two new major sponsors, and Red Bull is kind of taking a backseat in terms of sponsorship. They're still the owners of the team, but they're taking a backseat. So I'm very curious. Let me know in the comments if you're also curious about what liveries are coming up. What did you think about the McLaren livery? I know I'm late to that. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and get out of here.